Well, here we are, the new Range Rover, Land Rover, something Rover.
The 2014 Range Rover Sport Supercharged.
Mm-hmm.
It's 510 horsepower.
Sweet. I like the burnt orangey color.
It's called Chili Red.
Chili Red. It's having a nice renaissance from the 70s. That it's a little more red in it than burnt orange, but it's got a cool color. It works. The thing that I think always sold these things was the interior, because they were never like, well, they're the most reliable or they have the most horsepower, but it was always like when people would see the interior, just the little seats with the screw turn on it and the armrest,
yeah, on the armrest,
and everything vented, and just the interior of one of these. To me, BMW's always made a better sport ute performance-wise, but the interior was just German.
Yeah,
you know, this is the sumptuous interior, but now
this thing gives it a run for its money. I mean, our friends at Edmunds.com tested this thing. Jaguar claims 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. They hit 0 to 60 in 4.6 and 4.4 with the rollout, with a 1 foot rollout. This thing moves. Now, it's definitely lighter. We spoke to the guys at the auto show about the last year or two about them moving toward aluminum, and the use of aluminum cut a lot of weight off these cars, off these, trucks, I guess.
But isn't it crazy that this thing would smoke 0 to 60, and even in the quarter mile, a Hemi Cuda.
Oh, this thing's as fast as a new Mustang, as a brand new Mustang.
I'm going back though, like I'm just going throughout history, like a 71 Hemi Cuda, or a Corvette with a big block in it.
Yeah.
Or even any of the Shelbys, GT 350, or the big, 428 stuff, later on, even like a Boss. I'll bet you could take a Boss 428, or is it 429?
429.
429 Boss, and this thing would completely dust it, even in a quarter mile.
Right, as you're listening to satellite radio and getting your butt cooled with the seats.
Right. I mean, it is crazy. It's great looking, it's sumptuous, and you get on it, as I did, it does haul ass.
Now, this one, I think the Supercharged V8 starts at around 80 grand. This one has a handful of options on it. Obviously, it's a press car, so they want to dress it up with as many things as possible. 21-inch wheels, it's got the rear seat entertainment, the huge sunroof.
They're, in a way, getting more advanced and getting a little more Spartan at the same time. It seems a little less bells and whistles. The interior seems almost elegant but stark.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of chrome jumping out at you. So just like the modern cars work, just a big valve cover, a big plenum cover here, the supercharger on it. I do like when you see the formed spring towers, you can see that's clearly aluminum.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, this would just look like a stamped piece of sheet metal.
And they got to add this, they got to mold in this gusseting for strength. And you can see these sensors on the top are all part of the dynamic suspension. So this thing has several levels. Now, it's a Range Rover, so its off-road capabilities still need to be legendary, and it is. And you can put this thing in snow mode and mud mode and hill climb and hill descent or dynamic mode, and it'll change its ride height.
Right.
Depending on how fast you go.
The real modes they should have is Whole Foods versus Trader Joe's versus Gelson's.
Speed bump.
Like the Gelson speed bump's a little more dynamic. Yeah. The Whole Foods got like a 4% grade as it comes back on to San Vicente. That would be the actual mode that these cars should have.
And out here especially, there should be a lower, like, pull into the garage, parking garage mode.
Yes,
and then for me, actually, I kind of have to, I'm short enough, I got to jump in and out of the goddamn thing. So they should have a kind of like Matt get in mode.
Matt get in mode.
So I could just hop in.
Yeah, it's clean, it's sleek, the black works. It's they've done what I always like. I always hate the big side markers on the side of the cars, and they've wrapped the front lighting package around, and they've wrapped the rear lighting package around, so no more big side marker on the side. Very smooth.
Everything's very kind of flush mounted now. Everything sort of feels the same, like all the trim pieces and everything.
And they blacked out where a lot of the chrome used to be, but it looks good. I figure I'll fire it up just to say we did.
This is the one annoying feature for me. I love this truck, believe it or not. I'm not a huge SUV guy, but this one I really love. It's fast. Is that damn start-stop feature. And this got some rump to it. So, like, if you're driving with the windows down at a stoplight, you hear this thing start. At every start light. It's kind of an odd feature. Like, you can hit the button to turn it off, but it's just a weird thing where they're trying to do to conserve gas. But this thing is too much fun to conserve gas. Yes. You want to hit the gas, you just want to hit it every time you can.
So it's a 2014 Range Rover.
Yeah, they start, I think, about 80 grand for the supercharged V8s. This one, like I said, with all the options, is about 94,000.
Where are we with the Audi Q5 and the BMW X5?
And you know, the... I don't know the price point of these. The Q7 is the big
the Q7's the big one, right?
And the BMW X5, and I think again the guys at Edmunds were saying that this new one with its lighter weight and its dynamic suspension will outhandle an X5. Mm-hmm. The brakes are phenomenal. I don't know what the price point is, but you know, once you get into $100,000 range, I think you can get into the M version.
Big,
of an X5.
Huge Brembo calipers up front.
It stops. It definitely, it exudes a lot of confidence. It's handling, it's stopping, it's ride, and you are above everybody else on the road, so you kind of feel like the big dog when you're driving this thing.
Yeah, it's really nice. All right, so until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Matt, the Motorator, DeAndrea, saying keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.